Hello, and welcome back to Tips and Time Savers. I'm Danny Rocks. This is a sequel to my previous episode where I introduced you to conditional formatting. In this episode, I'm going to demonstrate three techniques. Number one is how to extend to a new range the conditional formatting that we have in place. Number two, how to sort a data set using cell color. This is a new feature that was added in Excel 2007. And finally, for the third technique, how to add a checkbox to the workbook so that we can toggle on and off the conditional formatting that we have in place. In the previous episode, a viewer had contacted me to say, Danny, is there a way that Excel can dynamically apply a background color to a cell based upon how many days it has been since our last contact with a customer? Now, you can set up conditional formatting using a formula that responds true. So the reason that this cell has the dynamically applied green cell background is because it answered true to this rule. It is a date that is within 60 days of today. The reason that the cells that have the orange color are dynamically shaded is because they follow this rule. It's an AND rule where all logical tests must respond true. And the reason that the cells that have the red background color automatically applied with conditional formatting is because they answer true to this question. The date of contact, or date of last contact, has been longer than 90 days. All right, now what I've done is I've added in 3 new customers. Now you can see the number of days, and also following the rule, has it been less than 60 days since our last point of contact. What we want to do is we want to extend this conditional formatting to the 3 new customers. So here's what you do. First, select the cells that have the conditional formatting that you wish to extend. Place them on the clipboard, Control-C, so you can see the marching ants that are around them. Then select the range that you wish to extend these conditional formatting rules to. Then on the Home tab of the ribbon, and notice that I'm using Excel 2010. There's a wonderful new feature in Excel 2010 with Paste Special. We get live preview. So what I want to do is I want to paste special the formatting. So you see how you can get a live preview. That is exactly what I want. So I'm going to click, and now I use the escape key to take it off the clipboard. So now the conditional formatting has been quickly extended to the 3 new customers. All right, for point number 2, I want to show you how you can take advantage of sorting a data set by color. Notice that I have clearly identified headers up here, no blank rows, no blank columns for this data set. Select one cell. Then we'll go to the Data tab on the ribbon, and what I want to do in Sort and Filter is open up the Sort dialog box. So in the Sort dialog box, I want to sort by this field, the date of last contact. But rather than sorting on values, I want to sort on cell color. Now notice over here that I can pick the color that I want. So I want green, and I want that to go on top. Now I'm going to add a level. I could also copy a level. So let's copy a level actually, because it's going to give us a lot of the things filled in. So I want to sort on this field, date of last contact, and I want to use a cell color. But this time the cell color that I want to use is red, and rather than being on top, I want it on bottom. Click OK, and there you go. So it's a really neat trick that you can sort by color. All right, now for our third technique. You know, the cell coloring is terrific when you're looking at it for an analysis standpoint, but if you want to edit, it gets a little clumsy. So I'm going to introduce you to forms. I want to show you how we can use a checkbox form to toggle conditional formatting on or off. So I want to come up here onto the Developer tab, which you need to add onto the ribbon. I'm not going to show you how to do that in this lesson. I've done that several times. So I have the Developer tab, and I want to come over here into Controls. From the Insert, I want to use within the Form controls, I want to use the checkbox. Now, nothing seems to happen except you see that little black cross. So if you hold down Alt while you click in a cell, the checkbox automatically expands to fit the cell. Now, you might want to widen it if necessary. All right, now let's right mouse click in here and let's change the text. And I'll put in here formatting. Okay, click away from it. Next, I want to come back here and I want to select the form, and I want to be able to format the control. So I right mouse click, I want to open up the format control. Now, of all the tabs here, the only one that is really important is which cell is going to be the cell link. In other words, which cell is going to say true or false. So I want that to be J1. So notice that it's an absolute cell reference, and now look what happens is that when I click in the form, I'm toggling it on, the cell link answers true. Check it off and it's false. Remember, conditional formatting applies when the formula returns true. Okay, so now that we have the form in place, what we want to do is we want to come back here, select the cells that have the conditional formatting. Select them first. Home tab on the ribbon. And what I want to do is I want to apply conditional formatting. So with conditional formatting, I'm going to say manage the rule. And then within the dialog box that we have in place, what I want to do is I want to create a new rule that is based on a formula. And it's really simple with this formula. All I have to do is put in there equals, and I'll point to the cell J1. Notice the absolute cell reference. So when J1 answers true, what formatting do I want to put in place? Remember, my goal here is to toggle conditional formatting on or off. So when I click the checkbox for true, I want to apply a plain white background. Click OK. Click OK, and there you go. So now the conditional formatting is not showing. If I check the box, you see now the conditional formatting is back in place. Click it to say formatting on or off. And I could have said in there, take off the formatting. You know, I did this very quickly here. But you get the idea that when you apply a control and when you go in to edit the control, what you want to do when you're formatting is to make sure that you select a link cell. So the cell link is going to respond true if checked, false if cleared. And then we can use any formula that responds true for conditional formatting. So there are several tricks that you've learned to improve your skill using conditional formatting, and a quick, easy way to use a checkbox in Excel 2007, Excel 2010. And I'll look for you in the next episode.